Pairs well with the sword too. Got the tassels. Let's see if we can get the lighting better. This will work for Renaissance fairs. Now I just need to make the rest of the armor. Once I get a few people coming and hanging out, we can start talking. Looks good though. Shoulders are nicely set. That's a nice sound. Slash proof. So, it is complete. Front to back, sides, all that fun stuff. Nice war vest. Pretty mobile too. As long as I don't hit my ceiling. Take this out to the sunlight. Get some light on this bad boy. The lighting is kind of terrible. Hard work pays off. How's it going? Got the mail vest that I've been working on complete. So got the front, the shoulders, the back. It's all budded mail, hardened and tempered. Made out of some baling wire, high carbon baling wire. It's got tassels, just for shits and giggles. But it is, for all intents and purposes, a completed vest. This is going to be the base layer of the armor that I'm going to be making. It's got snap-on sides, so easier to take on and off. Completed it a lot faster than I thought I would. That's for sure. Been working on this for close to 2 weeks now, and it's all done. Now I've got to make bracers, got to make some pauldrons, got to make a helm, greaves, shin protectors, all that fun jazz. But I figured I'd do a live because I've got a lot of people that were watching me build this sucker from start to finish. It's about 9.5 pounds total of all the metal that's involved in it. But it's nice and comfortable, fits well. Still pretty mobile. The sweeping on the arms is nice and comfortable. So I think I'm going to grab my bow. I'm going to test out how it feels when I'm shooting the bow with it, just to see how comfortable it is to go through those motions with. Let's see if I can get better lighting, maybe this side. But yeah, it's close to 7,000 rings for the front and back and the shoulders on this piece. Lots and lots of work went into making this. But it turned out really well. Got the tassels on it just for overlaying, right? Get the bow out, set the target up. No, I'm not selling this one. This is actually for me for Renaissance fairs. So I primarily sell. Let me grab a sword. I sell these kind of critters. I sell swords, knives, pole arms. Basically, I'm a weapons maker. And over the past about week and a half over live streams, I've been working on this vest. And that's because I sell at Renaissance fairs. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I sell at Renaissance fairs, and they have like a dress code kind of thing. So I'm going to buy some peasant's clothes for the Renaissance fair. And then I'm building myself a full set of armor to go, pauldrons, gauntlets, helmet, all that kind of stuff. So that way I have a full set for when I'm going to the Renaissance fairs to sell my weapons. Don't you need to smash a bottle of wine for good luck? Chainmail looks great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Chainmail takes a long time to make and a good amount of material, so they are generally pretty expensive. They're usually, for budded mail like this, online I've seen guys buying them for between $500 and $600 for decently made stuff. So I figured it'd be better for me if I just made my own, because I'm a blacksmith and bladesmith, so I figure I'd be able to just build myself one cheaper than it would be to actually go buy one from another smith. And it turned out pretty well. It's got leather side pieces, so I can unbutton it to take it off and put it on. So that way it's easier to take off and put on. And it's a lot of work, man. Yeah, wow. That's what I said when I saw the price first time too. It was like, wow, those are really expensive. So I spent about a week and a half working on this, almost 2 weeks working on this to make it myself. It's got close to 8,000 rivets in it total. Not rivets, but chain links total. Weighs about 9.5-ish pounds. And yeah, looks great with the sword. It's still pretty mobile too. So like something like this, you're going to be able to still move your arms pretty freely for what you want to do with the swords. So that's nice that it's not encumbering. And once I get like the pauldrons made and the helmet made and the gauntlets and the bracers and all that kind of stuff made, it's going to be a full set of armor. Just help me market my stuff when I'm out in the Renaissance fairs and such. But yeah, the things I primarily sell are swords like this. This is a leaf hilted hardened jute twine with butted and kind of rapier longsword hybrid. It's about a 32-inch blade and very flexible, but stays true to its shape, obviously, which is what you need in a sword like this. I've only made this is the only set of chainmail I've ever made, so I've only been making chainmail for a week and a half. Bladesmithing and blacksmithing I've been doing for about 4.5 years. So I've done, blade making for about 4.5 years or so. That's why I say I'm primarily a bladesmith and not so much an armor maker. I'm making the armor as kind of an experiment and a learning process for myself. But yeah, it turned out pretty good, I think. I mean, for being the first time making something like this, I think it turned out pretty good, right? Do the spin and such. Show you guys the full thing, right? So we got leather sections on the side. We've got leather cupping bits to keep the shoulders from rubbing on the chain all day, because I'm going to be wearing this for like an 8-hour period when I do the Renaissance fairs, so that way I can stay nice and comfortable. But it turned out good. Gets results. I'm pretty much slash proof at this point, because this is a very, very sharp sword. I would not be doing this if it wasn't. Hey, how you doing, J.I.J.? Yep, we got it finished up, man. It's all set. Got the front set, got the back all done, got the shoulders done, got the leatherwork bits done on it, so I got my tassels, so I look all fancy. Now the rest of the armor is going to be the next part, putting it all together, making the pauldrons, the gauntlets, greaves, helmet, all that kind of stuff. That's going to be the next few projects, but I'm not going to be doing that right away. I'm going to be doing that kind of in sequence. Hammer, how you doing, Swamp Panzer? Yeah, bro, we got her finished up. It's nice and comfy, nice and manly, right? We got the right? Got all the links made all the way around. I actually did some, I don't know how you're going to be able to see it in the lighting, but I did some leather wrapping through all the ends. Same thing down here with the tasseling down near the waist and down near the sides. A video on this sword, it's coming out. It's coming out. Probably, I think mid-June. I have 3 videos actually. One on the initial shaping of the blade, one on fullering the blade, another on forging the guards and pommel, and then another one on obviously cut testing and all that fun stuff with it. But I mean, it turned out to be quite a springy bastard. It flexes real good. It's only about a 2-pound sword for its size, so that's, you know, pretty damn light for how big of a sword this is. But this is going to be the one I'm carrying at the Renaissance fairs. When I make the rest of the armor, I'm going to make a holster so I can carry it either on the hip or carry it over the shoulder in the back, just depending. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's so fuller, double-edged. It's a rapier / longsword hybrid, so kind of a mix between a rapier blade and a longsword body. So it's very fast and light. It's a very agile sword, but it's also, you know, long enough and strong enough to do what I want it to do and function. This is one I made as a personal piece because I sell so many of the swords that I make, and I barely ever keep any of them for myself. You gonna get to the Scottish Fair in southern Utah next month? I didn't know that was a thing. I may have to do that. I haven't thought about that. How's it going, Jackery? Got this all finished up. Been working on it for about a week and a half. And I honestly thought it was going to take me a lot longer to make than the week and a half it did. But my fingertips are so sore from, you know, bending all these rivets. My forearms are kind of sore from twisting the wire. Thanks, man. Yeah, thank you, JIJ. It's been a process, man. Here, give me just a sec to put this blade down somewhere safe, and then I can take it off and kind of show you guys how it comes off and goes on. So I wanted to make it easy to take off and put on, so I made rivet clasps on both sides. So all I have to do is unclasp it, and then I can take the whole thing off, like suchly. So it's easy to take off and easy to put on. You can kind of, I don't know if you can see how it's sewn in there, but I use the wire to actually sew it into the ends of the chainmail, so that way you can't really see from the front how the leather is attached. And then, thank you. Hey, how you doing, AT? Yeah, and then I riveted the shoulder pieces in, because this on your shoulders is super uncomfortable because of the weight of this thing. So I figured having leather on the inside rubbing against me rather than having the chains rubbing into my shoulders all day would be a lot more comfortable. And then when we want to put it on, we just slide it over the head and click everything back into place. And then we kind of just adjust it a little bit to get it where we want it. And just like that, we're wearing chainmail. So I made it, you know, easy to take off, easy to put on, easy to work with kind of thing. But yeah, it was honestly a lot of work. And it's been pretty cold outside. Today's the warmest it's been in a while, so I figured I'd come out and show you guys, because I've been working on the rest of it indoors. The last stream I did, I made like 2,000, 2,500 links, something like that. And that's all I really needed to finish up this piece. I left myself with somewhere in the neighborhood of like 50 links is all I had left when I was done. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, do I really want to make it as difficult to take off and put on as, you know, the original piece was, because the original piece was chainmail on the sides as well, and that would have been another 1,000 links right there, if not closer to 1,500 links by itself, just to get that put together. So I went and opted for the leather side pieces. And once I get the rest of the armor put together, it'll actually look really cool because it's going to have different colorations. It's going to have different, you know, bits and pieces to it, so to speak. But yeah, it's actually surprisingly comfortable. I've got pretty much full rotation on my shoulders and arms, so it doesn't really impede my motion at all. I mean, when I take them up high, it does kind of crumble up in the shoulders and get a little pinchy, but it's not uncomfortable enough to where that's really a problem. But, I mean, all the work definitely paid off. I mean, it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. But I'm glad everybody thinks that it looks as good as I think it looks. But yeah, guys, it's done. It's a finished piece. I don't know if you can hear that, but walking around, it's gonna jingle, jangle, jingle. Instead of having spurs that jingle, 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 I'm gonna have a shirt that jingle, jingle, jingles. So I'm probably gonna do another stream once I purchase the peasant's clothes that I'm gonna pair this with, just so you guys can see. You know, I'm wearing modern clothing right now. Just wondering, will it stop a crossbow? No, absolutely not. I did brass wire mail, and I've even shot riveted mail that one of my buddies was testing, and a high power crossbow will zip right through chainmail, just any chainmail. A high power crossbow, yeah, it's a shame. It'll stop sword slashes. It'll stop some sword thrusts depending on how broad the sword is. But something like a crossbow would just be too high power. It would go right through it. My weaker bows, like my 30-pound bow, would probably not go through this, though. Hey, thanks, Chris. It's all finished up, man. We got the whole thing set. It's all ready to rock and roll. We got tassels. How's it going, X-School? Yes, it is all done. I'm super hyped because I thought this was going to take like twice as long as it did. But it really didn't take that long. So I think I'm just going to go grab my bow real quick, and I'm going to see how this feels in the draw and release, see how comfortable it is to move around in for a little while, and see if the 10-ish pounds that this shirt is uncomfortable to wear for an extended period of time. Figured I'd let you know I tried out one of your PVC pipe bows. Oh, sweet, dude. How'd it go? I was thinking about it, but it's been really cold outside, so I kind of was shut inside, being nice and warm. Today's the warmest it's been in a few days, so I took all the links that I made in the last stream and put it together, did the leather working inside the house. So I apologize for, you know, not being completely showing the entire thing on the end part of building, but all I really had to do was finish the... Cool, I'm glad it works. They're pretty fun little bows to shoot. It's a solid design. Thanks. I actually got the idea from Backyard Bowyer. Backyard Bowyer was, you might have seen him comment on the channel on some of those videos, but he's one of the guys that inspired me to do it, because his whole channel started off with PVC bows of all kinds of different shapes, sizes, weights. He was recreating video game bows out of PVC pipe and fiberglass, and I gave it a try and shouted him out, and he was kind enough to, with his hundreds of thousands, if not millions of subscriber account, to come and actually comment on some of those videos and interact with me, which I found really cool, because he's actually a really cool dude, really personable kind of guy to chit chat with. So let me grab the bow really quick and see just how comfortable / uncomfortable, just to see how comfortable / uncomfortable it is. Tried the horse bow. Oh yeah, that's a fun one. Making a knocking point on the string will help with it becoming more accurate. And don't leave it strung, just like a traditional bow. Don't leave it strung forever, because it will deform the limbs over time. And try to keep it out of, like, if it's like hot outside, like 100+ hot, don't leave it laying on the ground for a while strung, because the heat will let the PVC just deform, and then you'll have to reheat it and reshape it. So that is a thing. Yeah, PVC, since you can use heat to mold it, you can also use heat to destroy it. The good thing about a PVC bow is, over a traditional bow like this one that's made out of wood, is that if the bow breaks on a PVC bow, the limb will collapse and it'll just kind of pull flaccidly, if that makes sense. Whereas with a composite or wood bow like this one, if it explodes when I'm on draw, it's going to explode. All that tension is going to blow out a limb. So it's a lot more dangerous to have a traditional bow break than a PVC bow. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Fiberglass rods, like I was talking about, if you put fiberglass rods inside of there, you wrap the ends in the center with duct tape to where it just fits really tight before you shape the bow, you can get a higher draw weight out of it. Ooh, yeah. I plan on doing a turkey hunt or a small game hunt of some kind with one of the PVC bows I have here soon. It's actually pretty comfortable to shoot in. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Not restrictive enough to where it's going to stop me from being able to full draw the bow very well. Yeah, that's pretty comfy. Go get my arrows. Seems I've broken a head off one. I thought about buying one of those inexpensive takedown recurves on Amazon. Yeah, I mean, those bows I haven't tried out myself, but this one's only a little 40 pound, and you can hunt a lot of different types of animals with a 40. The lowest legal weight to hunt with in Utah is a 40 for deer. I think for elk you need a 60. I use a 65 recurve for that, or my rifle. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, Chris, it is most definitely some very usable armor. Like, it's actually really comfortable. And for being around the 10-pound mark, it's not all that cumbersome. Like, it just kind of feels, if you've ever done a workout with a workout weight vest on, it kind of just feels like a little bit of a workout weight vest, something that gives you a little bit more weight to move in. But it allows you to move freely. Like, I could box in this. I could do all kinds of fun stuff in this, and it wouldn't really mess with me too much. .243, that's a good one. 243s are good firearms. I'm a .6 and 300 Win Mag kind of character myself. I like old school and I like high power, either or. I was raised with a .6 in mind, let's say. Yeah, 243s, I've heard good things. One of my buddies hunts with a 7mm. So I've also heard 7mm mags is good. What does TWU mean? 30-30 is good too. My dad just actually picked up an old cowboy gun, an old Winchester 30-30. Old lever gun. I'm going to help him fix it up. What does TWU mean? That's what's up. Okay, got you. I don't speak shorthand unless it's like military shorthand. 30-30 is fun. It's a good gun, but if you get the old school ones like what my dad's getting, it kicks like a mother. But yeah, I definitely, like you were saying, Chris, I definitely look forward to finishing the armor on this. I just need to get some plate metal or some sheet metal to make the shoulder pieces, the arm guards, all that stuff. I do feel like once I get the rest of the armor made, it's going to be a lot heavier and a lot more cumbersome. And it's going to be more like a medium armor kind of setup. Yeah, they kick like a mule for sure. In the southeast, yeah. Here in Utah, the biggest thing we've got that you really want to hunt out here would be elk. I mean, there's not really much large game out here aside from deer and elk. I mean, there are some, I guess you call them antelope, but they're, from what I've heard, they're not very tasty. Go grab my arrows real quick. Wendigos are fun to hunt. Yeah, probably hunt a bear. I've never hunted bear before. Never really thought about hunting bear. Um, never had the inkling to kill a bear, just because I've heard a lot of horror stories of people getting mauled by bears. Yeah, you guys in the Southwest have a bit larger game than we do. I love how this devolved like so rapidly from discussing armor to discussing hunting and large game. Yeah, black bear. Yeah, hunting like a grizzly or a Kodiak would be a problem with 243. You'd definitely want something bigger for like a grizzly or a Kodiak. Guys will be guys. Amen to that. Yeah, I don't really shoot much further than 200, 300 yards regardless, especially with an .6. With my 300 Win Mag, I would reach out to maybe 400 at most, but that would be like if I hadn't seen anything the entire hunt and that was the only thing I wanted to go for. Yeah, overall, this is actually pretty comfy to shoot in. I feel like I could shoot in this all day. That's kind of the main thing I was concerned with is how long I could wear this before it becomes uncomfortable, but it's actually not that uncomfortable. Can I shoot horizontally? No. No, I've never tried. Probably could, but I'm in my backyard range, so to speak, and I have neighbors that have animals, and I don't want to peg an animal on accident. Yeah, that's very true. You can buy ammo almost anywhere. I've heard that. 308, yeah, 308 ammo. Yeah, 300 Win Mag is a little bit harder to find sometimes, depending on where you're at, and it's very expensive. That's why I started going out 6 instead of 300 Win. But I just wanted to show you guys the armor, do a quick mobility test in it, and it turned out pretty well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream for today. I know it's a short one, but I wanted to give you guys a look at what we got going. So I'm sorry, I don't speak Arabian. I think that's Arabian. It's a Middle Eastern dialect, I know that much. But I apologize, I don't speak that dialect. But yeah, I'm going to be... Keep up the work. Will do. And obviously I'll be doing videos and future streams and stuff on other armor pieces, on finishing up, the armor set as I make it. Yeah, and thank you guys for hanging out with me, and thanks for, all the compliments on the armor. It was a good experience making it. It was a good little trick to play. He just says hello. Oh, okay, cool. Hello. But yeah, I'll definitely keep you guys updated when I make future pieces to this. Definitely going to be a series of videos in building and assembling the entire armor set. But yeah, the biggest pain in the ass part is finally out of the way. The chainmail portion of this build is done, and I never have to make another damn link of chainmail ever again. So I'm happy about that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless. Stay sharp out there.